Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Coletti. I am a graduate assistant to Dr. Fitzgerald, who is the chair of the Masters of Strategic Communication program, and we created this presentation on virtual internships, providing valuable education and work experience in our new world. You're probably wondering what we are going to talk about today. So you're going to hear from some virtual internship sites about the virtual internship offerings they have. You're also going to learn how to host an enriching internship that helps your bottom line. You're going to hear about logistics and how to shape the internship experience. And you're also going to hear from students about their virtual internship experience.
Hi there, I'm Margaret Walsh. I am the specialist on the early careers team here at Publicis Health, and some of the stuff that I oversee is the internship program. And this year has been obviously a crazy one, and one of the biggest things we had to shift was how we host our internship program. Normally, we'd have a really awesome 9-week long summer internship program in person, but we've shifted to a completely remote, virtual, and part time fall internship program this fall. We had about 22 interns across all of our businesses, and they specialized in each of our departments. And we hosted bi-weekly different learning sessions for our interns all across our different departments to give them information about how our businesses are run. There were definitely some challenges in this new environment, being that they are part-time, so they are in school and managing their internship on top of that. So that was probably the biggest challenge at the beginning of the program. But with a 12-week long program, we were able to surpass those barriers and actually get them really involved and integrated into our businesses to get real-world experience in a time where it's really difficult for them to do that. Overall, it was extremely successful. This is their last week of the program. We're sad to see them go, but we love having our interns and we love giving them real world experience that they can take with them in the future. And we know that it's challenging for for students right now to get that experience. So if we can give it to them, we wanted to. So we're so glad we were able to accomplish that and make it happen for those interns.
Hi, my name is Matt Zinman, and I am founder of an organization called the Internship Institute. And while we mainly work with employers, we also have a lot of resources for students. And I personally have had the good fortune of managing and mentoring in upwards of around 300 interns in my career. And most of them, about for the past 20 years, have been virtual interns. And so now, with everything that's been going on, and a lot of the need for interns to gain experience just the same, whether that's for credit or for not credit, there are any number of employers that are still trying to figure out, well, can we still have an internship program and how do we manage this virtually? And the reality is that personally, I prefer virtual internship programs because it's a lot of flexibility, including for the student who couldn't otherwise even do an internship during the academic term if they didn't do it remotely. They don't have time to travel or couldn't travel somewhere. So virtual internships really open up the doors of opportunity to the students. The challenge is that the employers don't know it. And it's got to be ultimately up to you as a student to reach out, as difficult as that may be at times, and create the opportunities for yourselves. Now, there's a free resource that I've developed over the years that I hope you can find beneficial, which is called studentsteps.org. And in there is a technique that essentially goes through 4 steps, starting with your LinkedIn profile, and then doing something in and around informational interviews. If you're not familiar with informational interviews, this is something you will find beneficial. There also are free downloads there to help you follow through. Ultimately, what this does, whether you are a student or even graduating and job seeking, puts the control in your hands as to how do you go about finding out where I want to get an internship or where I ultimately want to land for your job. So do not be discouraged by the internships that are going by the wayside. The employers just don't know the difference, but you can step in and show them how it is that you can help them. Go ahead to studentsteps.org. I hope you find that helpful. Again, it's free, and I wish you well. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Angelica Flynn. I'm a senior account executive at AKCG Public Relations Counselors. We had interns in the spring of 2020, and here are some tips that we learned along the way to help create a valuable experience for both the firm and for our interns. First off, make sure that the type of work available to your student is easily transferable in the digital environment. They should still be able to work independently. They should also still be able to work in groups with your team members, so to make sure that they have as full of an experience as they possibly could, similar to the experience they would have if they were in your office with you physically. Something that our firm does is we host a daily team meeting where we let each other know the projects that we're working on and just generally catch up. Um, Having these meetings and allowing our interns to sit in on them promotes an inclusive environment for our interns who are otherwise not exposed to our culture, our work styles, just the regular banter of an office place that they would normally be exposed to if they were with us physically. Having these standing meetings definitely helps build culture and lets your intern have a feeling of what it might be like to work at your company. Ensure that your intern has a designated point person to check in with each day. And you should be checking in with your intern multiple times throughout the day, not just one touch point in the beginning of the day. We'd like to open our day with our interns with a meeting just to go over their to-do list, any pressing questions from the last shift, and just to set the expectations for the day or the week ahead. If you have a designated point person for your intern, it makes it easier for your intern to know exactly who they can call, chat, email throughout the day when they have questions or if they need help with any time or project management. Make sure you're acknowledging any deficiencies in the virtual internship program with your intern's input. Try and tackle these problems together to make sure that the experience is as seamless as it can be for both you and for your intern. We had a couple of hiccups, I would say, when we were onboarding our intern and they weren't exactly sure how certain systems or applications worked, but addressing them up front and making sure that they are fully integrated into your systems or your processes will make it easier in the long run, even if you have to spend a little bit more time, figuring out the specific technologies that your company employs. Find ways to substitute those low impact but high value moments for your intern that they normally would get in an in-person internship experience. When you're in the office, you might have water cooler banter, conversations with people in your C-suite or higher level executives, but try and replicate those in the online environment. So maybe you'll have impromptu video chats with your entire team. Maybe encourage your team members to reach out to your interns to schedule one-on-one video calls just to learn about the intern's background and so that the intern can learn a little bit about their roles. Definitely try and create the camaraderie you would have with your intern online that you wouldn't typically have in the office. Try and give your intern opportunities to shine in front of the entire group. You might have an internship program where the intern doesn't really work with too many team members. Maybe your intern is just for a certain department or just a certain group, but it's a nice thing for when you are able to let your intern shine in front of multiple team members or maybe the entire organization if that's possible. Doing little things like letting them speak up in group discussions or calling upon them during a brainstorming discussion. That is really great for the interns, maybe as a personal project, a presentation, or a little bit of research for another group. It's important to give your intern some space to shine and show off their abilities to the rest of the group.
Here's a few more tips from the pros. Allow your interns to serve on teams and sit on virtual meetings. You should also give your interns real assignments, but have a team member replicate that assignment to make sure it's up to company standards. For agencies, bill intern time at reasonable price and pay your interns. Ultimately, you're going to break even. Then, you should focus on team collaboration. Interns bring a lot of fresh ideas, and they know how to successfully use technology. This is Chase Campbell, someone who had a really successful internship with the Internet and Television Association. Here is his testimonial. Case was even able to write an article called A College Student's Account on Learning Remotely in the Time of COVID, which was published to the NCTA's official website on August 21st, 2020. Meet Jenna Fisher, another one of our students who had a very successful virtual internship at Adapting Social. Here is her student testimonial. Still have questions? Feel free to contact us. You can talk to Lori Block, who is the Public Relations and Advertising Academic Advisor here at Rowan University. You can also talk to Dr. Suzanne Fitzgerald, who is the Department Chair, or you can talk to the Department Secretary, Nancy Dunn. Their emails and phone numbers are all listed. Thank you so much for watching our presentation.